Welcome to Prenatal Pilates. I'm Kayla. Thanks for joining me today. We have a total body burn sculpt class today. We're gonna hit the arms, the legs, the back, the booty, you name it. We've got it covered today. We've got 5 movements, 45 seconds through each movement with 15 seconds to transition. After we do one full round, we're gonna take about a 30-second rest before we start our second round. You're gonna need a towel today, and eventually you're gonna need your mat for one exercise. That will be the very last exercise. And we're gonna be seated on the mat only for that movement. So if you're comfortable just sitting on your carpet, that'll do just fine, and you might not even need your exercise mat today. So I'm gonna run you through all 5 of these movements, and then we're gonna get started with that first circuit. So movement number 1 is gonna start with a single leg balance and a bicep curl. You're gonna grab your towel in an underhand grip, be about shoulder width apart. I want you to start balancing on one leg with a slight bend. You're gonna hinge forward, keeping your spine nice and tall. Those arms are about parallel with the ground, shoulder height. You're gonna add a hamstring curl with a bicep curl. Tapping the toe down, keeping all of the weight in that standing leg, and try not to let those arms drop below your shoulders. Movement number 2 is a plank slide out with a leg lift here. So you're gonna keep your arms about shoulder width apart, feet are together, and a bend forward, reach down, touch your toe, keep tension in that towel as you slide and walk your hands out into your plank. Now, if you feel that you need to lower down onto your knees here, absolutely an option. If you're able to keep those toes up and your tummy muscles strong, you're gonna add a leg lift here. 1 on each side, keeping those legs nice and straight. Look for your toes, keep tension in that towel, and you're gonna slide that towel all the way back to your feet, and then we'll start out again from there. Movement number 3 is going to be a plie squat with an oblique squeeze. Your heels are gonna be out, hip width distance, or a little wider, maybe more like shoulder width apart. You're gonna drop that booty down. You're gonna take those arms up overhead. You're gonna add a little side squeeze as you exhale. Inhale to the top, a little side squeeze as you exhale. You've got the option to keep the heels down or a little extra challenge if you raise those heels up here. Movement number 4, we're gonna add a side lunge with rotation. We're gonna stay on the same leg before we transition. So you're gonna take it out to that side lunge, sit your butt back. Imagine that there's a wall next to you, so you can't lean over into the wall because it's gonna stop you. You're gonna add a little rotation there, and then you're gonna come back in. Side lunge, adding that rotation. Again, we will do both sides. And our final movement is our seated slide out. So you're gonna take your towel down on the floor. Feet can be about hip width distance, especially making room for the belly and baby. Sitting up nice and tall. Those arms are gonna be behind you. Try your best not to lean back too far, only as much as you need to make as much space as you need. And then your feet are gonna be flat on your towel. You're gonna slide that towel out, lightly tap your legs down, lift your tummy muscles up, really work on your posture, and then I want you to exhale, pull those heels back to your seat. I want you to make this about the core, so try not to slump or slouch. So really lifting everything up, and exhale as you're pulling those heels back into your seat. So it's a really beautiful movement that we can get our abdominals to really work in that seated position without having to crunch. All right, so we're gonna start in that standing position with that balance, bicep curl and hamstring curl combination movement here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on my stronger leg, which is my left side, having that slight bend in the knee. Got a little external rotation on your opposite knee, so you're in a little bit of a turnout. You've got the body nice and long here. You're gonna take those arms out in front of you and go ahead and begin. We're here for 45 seconds. All of the weight is in your standing leg. Now, when you're doing that little bicep curl here, we don't want those elbows to go off to the side. I want you to try to imagine that you're pulling those elbows together as you're adding that curl. Now, focus on pulling your heel up to your seat. So you're gonna really feel that hamstring muscle activate. I'm already feeling my standing leg starting to shake a little bit, holding and supporting me here. Really draw that towel apart, keeping tension through it the entire time. You're in that slight lean forward into the wind, and we are here for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, we've got a little bit of a break before we change sides. Again, opposite leg, same exact movement. Reset those shoulders, find that little lean into the wind, send those arms out, keep the crease of the elbow up, and meet me back in that hammy bicep curl. Feeling that balance. Now, if you have some balance checks and you get a little wobbly, that's why we set that toe down each time, so you can reset yourself and get right back into it if you had to feel wobbles and bobbles. Oh my goodness. Arms are starting to say hello. Great job. Really pull that heel up to the seat. Don't forget about the booty. Even though our arms are front and center, and we are here for another 5 seconds. Can you keep the navel pulling up to the nose? Don't forget about those abs. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Release it down. Moving into our plank walkouts with the leg lifts here. Feet together. Remember that option if you need to come down onto your knees. I will show the leg lift in the kneeling position. Bend forward. Go ahead and slide those hands out, keeping tension. If those knees are dropping down, you're gonna lift up with a bent knee and take your knees up to slide your towel back in. Reaching out. Now, of course, if your legs are straight in your plank, heel raises up, squeeze your booty right at the crease of your seat, slide it back in. Ooh, that hamstring stretch here feels nice in that forward fold. Tension as you slide the towel out and you slide the towel back in. It's a perfect positioning of keeping your arms shoulder width apart. Beautiful. Last one, last 5 seconds. Finish where you're at. Meet me back in and up to stand. Moving into our side lunge with our rotation. So go ahead and put all of your weight into one leg. You're gonna drop your butt back, slide that leg out, add that rotation, and bring it back in. Side lunge, rotation, and back in. That rotation is pretty small, so you're gonna feel that oblique take you over into that rotation. And then think about the arm that's kind of pulling on the towel. See if you can pull a little more, getting into that outer oblique. We're here for 15 seconds. Again, your standing leg, your glute should be starting to talk as you sit your weight back in your heel. Keep your chest up. Try not to round your back or let those shoulders drop. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Good. We have that little break before we change sides. Heart rate should be coming up a little bit here. Body starting to get nice and warm. Let's reset, finding the balance on the opposite leg. We've got that side lunge rotation again. Here we go. Take it out, rotate, back in, stand tall. Slide it out, find that rotation, bring it in nice and tall. That's it. Good. We're already halfway. Woo! See if you can start to incorporate some breathing here. Exhale on the twist. Inhale, bring it together tall. Rotate and together tall. That's it. 15 seconds. Staying strong with it here. We've got 2 more exercises after this. Last 10. Keep that weight in that standing leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Little break here as we get set up for that plie squat with that oblique squeeze. So feet are nice and wide, heels in, toes turned out. I'm gonna grab the towel all the way at the end because the arms are gonna go overhead. We'll go ahead and drop that booty down, press those knees back, take those arms up, big breath in at the top, exhale, find that little side squeeze, inhale back to center. Exhale, side squeeze, inhale back to center. Can you keep those shoulders over the hips in your side squeeze? Again, think less is more. I love that in Pilates. Less is more. Range of motion doesn't have to be very big to really feel it. We always want to execute the movement properly versus trying to go bigger. Bigger is definitely not better in these situations. So really try to squeeze into the obliques. Focus on keeping tension in that towel. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. All right, we've earned that seated exercise now. We'll go ahead and lay your towel on the ground. Take a seat on your mat. Remember, posture is everything here. You're gonna take your arms back, create enough space for your belly here as you need to. Lifting up, you're gonna inhale, slide out. I want you to pull the navel up to the nose and exhale, drag those heels back in. Inhale, slide out, and then exhale, lift the abdominals up and in. Inhale away, and exhale, slide in. Try your best not to lean back. Really work into that deep hip flexion here. So our deep hip flexion is responsible for squatting anytime we're coming into some sort of lunge, sitting down. So this is also increasing mobility and flexibility in our hips. And we are here for 5. You're doing great. Exhale, pull in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, great job, you guys. Round 1 is done. We're gonna start it back at the top with that single leg balance, bicep curl and hamstring curl combination. So we've got about 30 more seconds to rest here. Feel free to grab a sip of water if you need to. Just let your heart rate come down for a moment. You could use your towel. If you're getting that little Pilates glow, just do a couple dabs there with that towel. Refresh yourself here. We've still got 15 seconds. I'm watching the timer in the corner of my vision. All right, already starting to mentally prepare for that balance. Got that underhand grip on the towel here, and we are set. Find your balance, raise those arms up, exhale, curl and curl. Double curl, pull those abdominal muscles in. Try not to lock out your standing leg for me. So feel everything, all of the energy drawing upwards. Okay? I want you to just tap that big toe down and try not to shift your weight back. Shifting your weight back as the toe taps down can actually throw off your center of gravity and your balance. Find something to look at, something to set your gaze on. Try to stay in this position through the entire movement. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down, 15 seconds, setting up the second side. Great job, you guys. Sometimes I feel like the second time through the movements is much better than the first. It's like your body has that little bit of muscle memory. So you might feel a little more rock solid in this round than the first. Let's start that second side. Double curl, biceps and hamstrings. Glutes are stabilizing. Keep your eyes out and away versus dropping your head down. We want to keep length in the body here. And Pilates is about drawing energy up and not down. Feeling lift really helps our posture. Try to keep those tummy muscles tight. Try not to let your knee come forward. Keep it back. Try to aim to tap the toe down in the same exact spot each time. We're here for 10 seconds. Beautiful job. Keep those elbows raised. Try not to drop them down. Starting to feel that shoulder burn in 5, 4, rest is coming, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Woo! Oh my goodness. Okay, I was definitely feeling it that second round. Arms are a-burning. We've got our plank slide out with the leg lift here. You've got that kneeling variation if you need to. Take it forward into that bend. Enjoy that little stretch there. Oh, it feels so good. Slide that towel out, knees down, toes up, lift, lift. Feel your abdominals, drag that towel back in. Again, enjoy that stretch. Bend your knees a little or a lot there. Bring it out, lift, lift from knees or toes. Make this class work for you. You know your body best. Hold it, lift, lift. 10 seconds. We can get in probably 1 more. I want you to complete that last rep though, making your way all the way back to your toes and standing up nice and tall. Woo! Moving into our side lunge rotation. I really like this one. The rotation feels so good, especially pregnant. We get so tight laterally. So a little bit of rotation always feels so nice. Take it out, side lunge, rotate, center, stand tall, and rest that towel down. Raise up, rotate, center, stand tall. Out, rotate, center, bring it nice and tall. Beautiful. We're over halfway before we switch to the other side. Can you challenge your range of motion in the second round? Can you get lower in that side lunge? Really feel that glute burn as you sit your hips and your weight back over your heel. We've got 10 seconds. You're doing awesome. Exhale, rotate and stand tall. Inhale, slide out. Exhale, rotate, stand tall. 3, 2, and 1. Take that brief rest before we switch sides. Oh, good work. We are almost there, halfway through the second round. Let's begin. Side number 2, side lunge, rotate, exhale, stand tall. Keep that chest up, shoulders stay over your hips, making sure that you're not dropping that chest too far forward. Again, sit your butt back and imagine there's a wall right up along your side. So you're trying to slide that shoulder down the wall and stay connected to it versus leaning away from it, okay? So sometimes we overstep to the side versus sending the weight back. We've got 10 seconds. You are rocking the second side. Feel that rotation with that little pull here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 15-second rest before we go to that plie squat with that oblique squeeze. I'm loving all the lateral work today. Feels so good in my body. I hope you're saying the same. Our heart rate's up a little bit, getting that little Pilates glow. Drop it down, take those arms up, deep breath in, and exhale, squeeze. Inhale, tall, press those knees back, and squeeze. Pressing those knees back is gonna help open your hips a little bit. Gonna get a little glute work, but also a nice little bit of an inner thigh stretch, which also feels amazing. A little bit of work with a little bit of enjoyment. That is Pilates for you. All right, we've got 10 seconds. Can you get a little bit lower? Oh my goodness, keep pressing those knees back. Oh, I forgot that heel lift option. So take it here for this last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Anchor those heels down. Stand nice and tall. And let's finish our last exercise. Seated, lie your towel out nice and flat. Make your way to your bottom. I want you to really focus on your posture. If you can, even get light on your fingertips so you're not relying on your weight resting you back. Hold everything up. Here we go. Inhale, slide out. Exhale, pull in and up. Inhale, slide out. Exhale, in and up. Inhale, slide it out. Exhale, in and up. Feel literally your belly button pulling up to your nose. Reach the crown of your head to the ceiling, and we are here for 5. You're slightly back on your sits bones. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Great job, you guys. Awesome work. That was so much fun. Give yourself a hand. Total body burn today. Prenatal Pilates, pregnancy friendly, but so good even if you're not carrying baby along with you. Let's go ahead and just find a nice seated cross-legged position here. And we're just gonna do a couple around the worlds here. So I want you to just kind of drop your chest and your shoulders towards your left knee, come forward and in front and over to your right. Let's do about 3 in that range of motion, and then we'll do 3 in the reverse range of motion. Feels nice on the lower back, hips and inner thighs, and then go ahead and revert, dropping to your right shoulder or your right knee, coming around to your left and back up. Dropping over, around, and back up. Just enjoying that little stretch into the lower back. Now I want you to come on up, take a look down at your legs, whatever leg is in front, you're gonna switch it out. So this will probably feel awkward, so it's not your natural position. You're gonna come up nice and tall, take your right hand out and away from your body. That little lateral work and side squeezing that we did. Let's just take a nice stretch here. If it feels okay to bend your elbow to go a little further, beautiful, enjoy that. But try not to let your hip or your butt rock off your mat. Take a big breath in and a big breath out to come on up. Take the opposite arm away, lift the right arm up and over. Again, keep the right sits bone connected to the mat. Again, take another big breath in here. And then exhale, we're gonna come on up, okay? Final stretch is a fold here. So I'm actually gonna use my towel. If you're on carpet, you might not need to. You'll have a little extra cushion versus the hardwood underneath me. So go ahead and just slide out here, and then feel free to come down to your forearms if that feels okay. And feel this really nice release in your hips and lower back. And then if you want to just gently draw your nose towards the floor, your chin a little closer to your chest so you're not feeling your neck fire up there. Just kind of let the neck soften, the shoulders relax here. Go ahead and take 3 big breaths. Next inhale, go ahead and start to lift your chest up, and then we're gonna recross the legs again back to your natural positioning. Okay, take those hands out in front of you, again, sliding forward. And then if you feel okay to come down to your forearms, beautiful options there. And then let the head and shoulders release as well. Next inhale, just gonna slowly take you all the way up here, and let's just finish with one final breath. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead, reach for the ceiling, and then exhale, take your arms down and away. Great job, everybody. That's a wrap. Thanks for joining me.